Yeah, anyway, just stumbled across a bit of an ad. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me, fellas. Let me know if you can hear me. Just type in the comment section if you can hear me. Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Black Rhino Ranger. Back from my vacation from England as well as Florida, USA, which is like my second visit, by the way. First time was in 2012. And now I'm back and ready to do yet another live stream. Now, today is a very special day. Well, technically, yesterday where I live, but it's still a bit today in the US. It was the Chinese, the final Chinese New Year celebration. And every Chinese New Year's final day celebration, it's the Lantern Festival, where people have these different types of paper lanterns. They light them up and stuff. In the past, it was just so simple. It's kind of like Rapunzel's birthday with the lanterns. You know, the "At last I see the light." Nowadays, people are becoming a bit more creative with the lanterns. They would have different shapes, and they'll create some different shapes with the lanterns, and then they just light them up just like that. I remember seeing a Chinese dragon lantern. So for this occasion, I'm feeling I can also do the same thing. So the challenge, all you have to do is ask me to draw any one character, any one animal, or any one object floating, and then off screen I'll redesign it to look like it's lighting up like a lantern, and that's all. That's it, really. If you like, you can use the superchat system for any rule-free or theme-free requests, though I still like to keep it a bit simple and stuff. But if you have nothing to request, just ask me any question. Alright, let's begin. Oh no, Black Rhino Ranger, you forgot to animate Starstruck and Deja Vu's Valentine's Day special. It never occurred to me. I really am not that interested. Sorry. Alright, let's see. Who's our first lucky one? Who's our first lucky one? Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, Fufu, isn't that character from Sagwa, which was like my introduction to the Chinese zodiac thing? Yeah, I remember. So, well, I didn't realize he has a bit of a dent on his glasses. Let's see. Did you hear about the new show that the creator of the Owl House is doing? Yes, and I look forward to seeing what Dana Terrace has in store for now that she's collaborating with the same guys who made the Amazing Digital Circus. In fact, I should rewatch the Amazing Digital Circus because now, admittedly, I didn't think Digital Circus was great, but upon knowing that Dana is working on it, I might have second thoughts. I might actually want to rewatch the Digital Circus thing again and consider maybe it is really good. Again, I have no idea what's in store for what the thing is going to be about, but I am looking forward to seeing it. And if I have time, I'll rewatch Amazing Digital Circus and see why a lot of people really like it. Even though I'm still baffled to why we have a bunny character named Jax, even though we have, I know another character named Jax who's all muscle but robotic. Yeah, I digress. What's what's the flapjack effect? Huh. Flapjack effect. You mean like Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack? Or something that's also known as pancakes? Or Hunter's companion? who, spoiler alert, didn't make it in the didn't make it in thanks to them. The creator of the Owl House worked on Gravity Falls, and not only her, but several other thank you, Skylanders and Bob's Burgers, Jor the Lantern of Gen T. Wait, I think I've heard her before. Wasn't it? It was a. I think it's a show on Netflix, right? And the character, some people say she kind of looks like. Have you seen Gen T Chow or Versus the Underworld? I have not yet. But I probably should. I have a lot of catching up to do. Did you see Tic Tac Tick? Tac Tac Tick Tock and Took on Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day animations this year? I don't know. I'm not sure if I have enough time for that. You see, I'm now the reason why I'm doing this I forgot to mention this earlier. The reason why I'm doing this live stream at this time instead of the usual 1 a.m. Malaysian time or 1 p.m. 12 p.m. New York or 9 a.m. in California is because still have a bit of a sleeping thing happening with me ever since I just landed. And I thought maybe I should try sleeping at this time. It's like better for my health, perhaps. It gives me up. They say early mornings give new opportunities, but some people may have a bit of a sleeping disorder, and Lord knows when I might accidentally sleep for 14 hours. 2008 was like the year China had the most use of pop culture. Yes, like Kung Fu Panda. Let's see. Do you add some Skylanders bosses with Skynese for the Pixar Editions challenges? Probably. I have I did make a big list about it, but I'll see what I can do. Have you seen Invincible Fight Girl? I have seen only one in the first episode. I haven't seen the rest yet. So it's just trying to make sure. Like I said, the Flash doesn't always have a good way of expanding the thing. All right. I have made my decision. Or two. Since this is the year to say, why not draw the Snake King from Hero 108 as the boa? Thank you for that. Wait just a minute. Since I'm let me just I need to look back at my super thingy. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember now. So in case I forget, I know where to. Yes, like holding a lantern. Alright. Alright, so here's I forgot to add in those extra details. Yeah, I think there. I'm just about done with wait, am I missing something? Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing. Sorry. There. That'll do. Fufu's the name. Alright, so that's Fufu for yous. Okay, who's next? Let me just double check on. Okay. Okay, so this is. Alright. Oh, sorry about that. Let's just say that close to the end of my vacation, I had a bit of a nasty cough. I had a bit of a fever on my last few days, and it really did not do wonders while I was in England, and it had me a bit worried that I might suffer a bit more when I might suffer a bit more when I head back. So we decided when I came back. Well, I did feel better. I didn't have a fever anymore, but I still was coughing for a bit. Unfortunately, some of my relatives had a bit of a sickness coming back. It's giving them a bit of a headache and stuff. I think the sicknesses of what I was having. I think it's why I'm having a bit of an early sleep for me, and why my scheduling is different. I wonder if she's gonna be good friends with him. Okay. So I've seen your thumbnail you made for Yellow Dojo, so maybe you can do some thumbnails, university short videos. So where, I'll take a look at them perhaps and see if what I can do. I feel your pain, pal. Thanks. I guess I can see. Did you add the 3 franchises with the Sanrio, Sonic, and Banjo-Kazooie? Sanrio, Banjo-Kazooie and Sonic, they might be great potentials, but I'm not gonna say anything about that yet. Let me see how I feel after I finish off whatever I can, and when I refurbish my Patreon and other things. Kissing. Wait, just a quick moment. I need to. Okay. Thank you, Jangalith, Ali from Disventure Camp. Okay. First, I am curious to. Wait, let me just look up what do Lantern Festa. Yeah, how people do some create. Okay, I'll just do it as a. Some people just do it as a normal pose. I thought it was gonna be a little bit floating, but then I thought to myself, yeah, I think I might be repeating a bit too much with my Thanksgiving Macy's parade thing. It's just, it's not a float really. Technically it is, but not every lantern is not every lantern is purposely meant to float. Is all I'm saying. Oh, okay, I got another one. Rolo Redstone from Rhino and the Red Bill. Well, I better move her a bit so I don't cloud her. Um, hey, Black Rhino Ranger, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm just coughing a little bit. I should be recovered in about a week or two. Despite despite my cough, it has not affected anything else from me. It's just still recovering from that mild fever I had back in England. It's only temporarily, and I'm sure we'll recover. Now, I will admit, sometimes it does take a bit of a while to recover. I mean, I remember a friend of mine once had a cold, and it took her 5 weeks to recover. And but I know nowadays a cold can be seen as a shrug, but it's something you should try and take care of, because you never know if a cold can lead to something a bit dangerous. Sometimes a cold can lead to pneumonia. I mean, that's what Jim Henson had. At one point in 1990, he had a bit of a cold, and during an interview, when he was doing Kermit the Frog, he had to act like he had a frog in his throat. Unfortunately, he then realized wait, something happened. Oh no, fellas, my thing got crashed for some reason. Sorry, it's just that checking on my live chats. For some reason, that crashed for some reason, but thankfully my stream is still live, and I'm able to see everybody's comments again. It's just boom. But do you Star Wars Chaos Wars release X02? Hopefully so. In the 10th anniversary of Skylanders Imaginators, hopefully. What was I doing again? Okay, and have you seen this Disney show Stugo? I have. I've only seen one episode of it. The way I can describe it, it's kind of reminds me a little of Summer Camp Island. It kind of reminds me a little of Summer Camp Island from Cartoon Network and Total Drama of Teletoon. I mean, they're on an island trying to survive, go through some challenges and stuff, and there are some mutated breeds, just like the creatures of Summer Camp Island. It's kind of a challenge. The host is a bit tough on them or something. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of. It reminds me of Summer Camp Island and Total Drama. There we go, fellas. We got Gentry. Hey, ciao. If I pronounced her name wrong, I'll let me take a look at the TV show and then I'll remember. Okay, so this one is okay, so I'm trying to remember so the year of the snake is the Snake King from Hero 108. Okay. I'm just looking him up. A snake. So I haven't seen every single episode of Hero 108. I have watched the majority of them, but I never saw this one. The snake is a Jack in the Box like being. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, where this girl had her worst nightmare of snakes, and when she says ridiculous, she transforms the snake into a Jack in the Box. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know if I said this before, but the Year of the Snake was actually my first awareness of the Chinese of Chinese New Year. It was back in 2001 where they were doing, when Disney Channel was doing a promotional event where they were doing a movie marathon of 3 movies by Disney. They were showcasing Mickey's Great Adventures, which was a compilation of Mickey shorts. And there was also The Jungle Book from 1967, and of course Robin Hood. Trying to think. And then during the wheels, they were showcasing who's the snake or a mouse. And the snake they often promote the heaviest is Kaa from the Jungle Book. And the snake and then they also showcase other characters as the animals. Like the mouse is Mickey Mouse. The ox is that cattle from Mickey and the Beanstalk. The tiger is Shere Khan. The rabbit is one of the kid rabbits from Robin Hood. Now, strangely enough, the way they present the dragon is Sir Hiss flying in a balloon. The horse is a background character from Robin Hood. A goat is from a Mickey Mouse short. Monkey, as in King Louie, even though he's an ape. The rooster, which is Alan Adale from Robin Hood. Dog, of course, is Pluto. And as for the boar, they didn't show a boar. They showed a bear, Baloo. And the guy was like, "Hey, boar, not bear." Oh boy, that's what it reminds me. That's how I was introduced to the Chinese zodiac. The following year, they did another Chinese zodiac celebration with the Year of the Horse, but I don't know if they showcased anything horse related. They were just showcasing not really any Disney movies, but a lot of different other licensed animated films at the time. Like they were showing a movie of Alakazam the Great. It was an anime movie based on the Chinese legend of Journey to the West. And they were also showing the Chipmunk Adventure movie from 1987. And that was my introduction to Alvin and the Chipmunks, believe it or not. You know, the boys are rocking and roll. You better believe it, yeah. I don't know what happened with the sheep one. I think I might have lost a bit of interest, but so that's all I can remember from those Disney marathons thingy. Although in 2007 I did remember just before I headed for England, there was another. They had a movie. Singapore actually made an animated movie called The Zodiac: The Race Begins, and it features a retelling of how the Chinese zodiac came to be. I heard it wasn't very well praised, but I do remember seeing it. I actually did remember rewatching it again. There was an archive on it in archive.org. I can share with you all the link to it. Is this Zodiac movie was cancelled? I have no idea what you're talking about. I did see another. I do remember DreamWorks did try to make their own Chinese Zodiac movie, but that got cancelled. I think. There we go, fellas. We got the snake. He's bouncing here and everywhere. Wait, I'm not talking. That's the wrong show. Anyways, what's next? What else did I? Let me refresh these and check my supers. Alright, so next up is Ellie from Disventure Camp. what's your favorite Tinkerbell movie? Huh. That's a good question. I'm trying to remember what I actually did remember seeing in the I think I'm trying to remember what I actually saw in all six of the Disney Peter Pan, the Tinkerbell films. I think I remember the first one is when Tinkerbell does do all the inventing and stuff. I kind of forgot what the second one was about. Was it when Tinkerbell was on an adventure or something? Comes across a troll bridge? I'll have to think about that later. There's the one with Tom Hiddleston as Captain Hook. That's another one. I think that might have been my favorite. I remember seeing that on the plane. And I do like cute baby TikTok. Not the app, the crocodile who swallowed the ticking clock. And there's also however, if I had to pick my least favorite Tinkerbell movie, it's the one where Tinkerbell comes across this human girl, and then the father just keeps being so ignorant towards his own daughter about the Pixar. He's like, these aren't facts or something like that, and he takes away down her notes and stuff. I was like, oh my god, this is like, oh my god, this type of parent again. And I thought Buck Cluck was bad. Yes. And nowadays, I'm not sure if I still dislike him as much as if not more than Buck Cluck, but I mean, I hear Horrid Henry's parents are even worse. I'll have to look that up. Maybe. I haven't seen but I think I want to take your advice. Do you love Nintendo Switch 2 trailer? I haven't seen it yet. For now, I'm not interested in getting a new console yet because I just got a PS5 recently. I just having to got it at Christmas, so I'm still trying to get into. First, I'm getting into the drawing things, and then I'll get into my PlayStation things. Have you heard about the recent episode of The Amazing Digital Circus? I have not, but I shall check it out. Knowing that Dana is working with the Amazing Digital Circus crew, I shall take a peek at more Amazing Digital Circus and see if the show is what a lot of people see if it's as good as everybody else says it is. Let's see here. You draw. Flapjack's influence has now entered Glitch's domain. Okay. Draw. Did you see Win or Lose on Disney Plus? I have not yet. From what I understand, it's kind of sad that the transgender plot point has been removed because of our current climate and who's back in charge of the White House and other factors. It's I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it, but I think some stories should be shared I understand the skepticism, and some places around the world still resent the idea. I mean, my country still is very resentful of LGBTQIA plus, and why some places like in cinema are banned. Some stuff is banned, like the Lightyear or Thor Love and Thunder movies. But when they put it on Disney Plus, they have it at either 16 or 18, and they have it at. But on Netflix, it's all automatically 18, especially with the Loud House, and oddly enough, DC's League of Super Pets. I don't think Win or Lose is even out yet. The thing is, though, if you're LGBTQIA plus and born in a country that does not favor LGBTQIA plus, I don't know what I mean. It's not a being LGBTQIA plus is not really a choice. It's something. I mean, if you're intersex, that means you're automatically LGBTQIA plus since the day you were born. And people say that you should automatically leave the country if you're LGBTQIA plus, but sometimes it's expensive, and there's no way real out of this. It's just I don't know what to say. I don't know what's the best solution. I mean, it's not good to be homophobic, but I don't know what to do really. I mean, I can't really speak for the folks. I mean, the best way I could say is that I mean, I know some folks who are LGBT and live where I live, but they're living a more private life, and they're living quite well. Something's happened. Sorry, something just glitched a little bit. Hey, what? What happened? Hey, something's happening. Oh dear, the thing got glitched again. Sorry, something glitched my live thingy again. Oh dear. Oh no. Excuse me for a minute. I have to get back to it. What is wrong with this thing? Try this again. Okay, sorry, fellas. It was another glitch I was witnessing. Thankfully, my it doesn't affect my thingy overall. I'm living quite well as an LGBTQIA plus. Congratulations. Wish we could all live in peace and coexistence. Yeah. Honest opinion on problem solvers. Had a bit of a headache. Okay. I didn't really have a headache, but from what I understand, a lot of people didn't really like the show. But I haven't really seen it. I've only seen a review of it. But when I did see the little bits of it, I did have to have the screen brightened down a bit. So in order for me to in order to actually take a look at the visuals without worried about getting a headache. Sometimes this happens to me when I play Bejeweled. Well, if I have the screen bright too much, it can over time can feel a bit headacheish. So so if you're gonna watch a show like Problem Solvers or play a game like Bejeweled that has a lot of bright flashing colors, best to dull down your screen a bit so you don't end up having a bit of a headache. And or try and look away in case the bits can get a bit too intense. I mean, I sat through Transformers the movie fine in the 1980s movies, and that had a lot of flashing lights. But I can understand if not everybody is able to do so. Did you see Dream Productions on Disney Plus? I have not. Rollo Redstone. Okay, let's have a look. So this is Rollo Redstone. So I'm just trying to find a good picture of Rollo Redstone. Okay, I think this is the best way I can do to look him up. Are you guys gonna see Brave New World? I heard the reception of Brave New World has been mixed. Some very positive, which means half of it is quite positive, but the other half is not so much. Better reception than the Marvels, but still not that quite of a high priority. Let's see. You only got about 2011 left for my break. Okay. And my thing may last for just about an hour or two, give or take. Oh, thank you. Kiyoriki. Rosa from Kikoriki. Okay, that's a new one. Something new for you. Have you heard of the new Garfield movie reboot? Wait, didn't we already have a Garfield movie already? I mean, that was only just last year. The one where it has Star-Lord as Garfield and Nick Fury as Garfield's dad. It wasn't the best, but I still find it a bit serviceable, and it's neat to hear Odie played by an actor who also played another dog. Oh, I got another one. Okay, so just the head. Okay, thank you for that. What do you like more, SpongeBob or the Loud House? That's a good question. On the one hand, SpongeBob is very zany and wacky, and I do love zany and wacky and animals and sea creatures But on the other hand, I still enjoy the Loud House even more because because of the family and relationships and dynamic. A little slice of life. I mean, SpongeBob is all zany, cartoony comedy, while Loud House is more slice of life. Even though there's a bit of supernatural elements here or there. Here, I see that KFE. Remember, go. Oh, okay. Have you seen the Lord of the Ring light, which is KIF? Oh, I haven't yet, unfortunately. I never really had the time to check out these things because I was like I'm thinking about is like being super busy with my work, trying to. Hmm. Have you watched Oscar's Oasis? I think I remember seeing one episode of Oscars. It used to be on Disney Channel in Malaysia at one point, but aside from that, I don't remember exactly what was in Oscar's Oasis. To be honest, have you you hate Ryan's World of Worry? Have you heard of him? I have heard of him, and I have not seen in it. So I dodged a bullet, I guess. It's a short episode. I met Sean Ashton at the SF Fan Expo back. Didn't meet Elijah Wood though. Ah yes, Samwise. And also Lonely Loud, 2012 Raphael, Special Agent Oso, etc. I've avoid Ryan's World. Okay, thanks for the advice. Was it based on a YouTube channel? Can I ask? Was Ryan's World based on a YouTube channel? Have you ever watched the DC's Creature Commandos? I love to watch it, but again, I just never really had the time. But I will say I'm kind of skeptical on trying to watch anything on HBO Max. It's because, or just Max, because of all the constant decisions of David Zaslav and what's happening with and why so much content from HBO Max is being removed. And like, is it really worth owning a Max? My country has renamed its HBO Go to Max Asia. And sadly, Cartoon Network Asia's website has been redirected to Cartoon Network Asia's YouTube channel, and just like Cartoon Network has lost its website in the US and it redirects to Max. You should know that SpongeBob has a better fan base, and same with a better creator. I can understand that. But everybody, unfortunately, every time I keep hearing but the thing with me with SpongeBob though is that even though I do like the show, and I still stick around with it, especially even in the later seasons, I keep hearing people keep saying it should have ended after the movie. It should have ended after the movie, and I'm like, all right, I get it. Yeah, I act exactly like how Plankton was when he gets his cousins announced. Every time I keep hearing that sentence, should have ended after the movie, I keep thinking to myself, there are some things in the post-movie era that are better than the pre-movies. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first half of season 4, they were more nostalgic to me than most of the season 3 episodes. Like Trusty Towers, Mrs. Puff Your Fire, Dungeons and Dragons, Sphere of the Krabby Patty. They were big staples to what. In fact, season 4 was what got me into SpongeBob, believe it or not. Before, I thought SpongeBob. When I first saw SpongeBob, I saw it for a few of its episodes, but I never really caught up with it afterwards in its pre-movie seasons. So I decided to, because back then I was more into Cartoon Network and Nick Disney at the time. In fact, the only other show I was watching more than SpongeBob at the time was Rocko's Modern Life or Hey Arnold. But when I saw what got me into SpongeBob was on YouTube. I was watching some backwards videos, like one of Potter Puppet Pals, and then try to find some other backwards videos, and then I decided, and then I found SpongeBob, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty good, and I'm like, after watching some more SpongeBob YouTube poop videos, and then I decided, you know what, I might as well take a crack at SpongeBob, and that's how I got into SpongeBob ever since. Okay, this is the best I can do for the Rolo. Oh. I haven't had I don't know if this is a good look for him, but I tried my best. So anyways, yeah, this is Rolo's model. Anyways, is there anything? Did I get anything? Any other supers? Oh yeah. Okay, Rosa from. Keycore. Okay, so it's a little pig character. Kind of reminds me a little of Oink from Timbuktu. TX Rosa was one of my childhood fears that I conquered. You mean the boom? Ah, yeah, I remember that. This was even poked fun of in Over the Hedge. I even poked fun of that in one of my animations. Seal. Oh, all of those T. And at the first time I've heard of T, the first time I actually done the T-Mex thingy, THX thingy was in a video game. I'm not sure if it was a Lord of the Rings video game, but it was in a video game. Also, The Simpsons and Tiny Toons. Okay, we're about 12 minutes in. I think there's about 12 minutes or 1 hour and 12 minutes left. There we go, fellas. Wait. Rosariki, that's what she's called. Rosariki from Kikoriki. And what's next? The Fire Emblem character. So here's a gallery. Where's her shit? Oh. high resolution not available. Alright, we'll go back to the chat. Sing can tick tack tack tick tock and took sing row your boat. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'll try. Row. No, wait. Sorry, I'm having trouble remembering how they sound like. Ooh, oh dear, I'm not sure how well I've done this. No. No, this is not very. Fire. Oops. I always wondered for years, what do you have against Cindy? You always make animations of her being Meg Griffin from Silence. It might have been back as a child. When I was a kid, I think it might have been back when I was a kid. I was never really that interested in her. And I never really saw her as a good boyfriend for Spyro. I never really thought her as a love interest for Spyro. In fact, from what I heard, that wasn't the idea of Spyro being Cinder's love interest wasn't the original idea for the Legend of Spyro developers either. They originally just wanted her relationship with Spyro to be more sibling-like. It was then later decided to become rewritten as romantic because it was a fan thing. The fans really wanted Spyro and Cinder to be to get together, and from what I understand, Dawn of the Dragon was a nightmare of a production. And I don't know. I always thought if Spyro's an mighty purple dragon with almost every elemental power out there, I don't think he really needs a love interest. I think he is capable of reproducing on his own, like Godzilla. He's a single parent, and he has Godzilla Juniors, both in the Japanese movies as well as the 1998 American Godzilla movie, able to reproduce like a desert grassland whiptail lizard or a sea sponge. Yeah, I don't think Spyro really needs a girlfriend. It's just my opinion. And for a while, I always, because of that, I often like to poke fun of that almost every time with Cinder and Spyro in every opportunity I get. But I will admit, sometimes I can get a bit too over the top, and I understand why people often get angry over this, but So to compromise that, I decided to have Cinder with Dark Spyro. And I thought, yeah, I think these two are better for each other. I think I can imagine, I mean, Dark Spyro has become a separate entity from regular Spyro since that Skylanders Academy episode. So I thought maybe he can go for Cinder. And I thought, in fact, Dark Spyro and Cinder, they kind of have a bit of a bad attitude. While Spyro, regular Spyro, I think he's more of a justice, righteous type of guy. Okay, and one more thing about yeah, and I used to ship Spyro with Ninjini based on a book, but when the book was turned out to be non-canon, I decided, yeah, never mind. Trigger Happy can still get the hots for Ninjini. Anyways, what was I again? Okay, I guess we're at the free request era now, so let's see what we got. I like to think Lincoln should be an Arrowhead since he has many shipping wars. Yeah, this one's pretty divisive, but I'm more of a Ronniekin type of guy. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're at the free request era, so Bark is from. Okay, that's another one. Please look on the notifications on DeviantArt. What for? I'll get to yours in a moment, but if anybody wants me to do something Owl House related, count me in. I sent you I got sent an Evian on my comment I sent to you. Okay, let me take a look what that is. Oof. I don't know. I'm actually trying to restrain myself from drawing OCs because trying to doing OCs on a live stream kind of gives me a bit of anxiety. Sorry. Unless it's a paid one. Okay, it's a little too far, so there. I thought of an on-screen super chat for Valentine's Day as a crack ship. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. I like to see what this crack ship is like, and and it's not the first time I've ticked off so many people with these types of ships. I mean, at one point I created a ship of Odelia with Jacob Hopkins. You know, that guy who thought witches were Martians and kidnapped V so he can open a YouTube verification account. And the version, my take on the ship is that they hate witches and humans, and they're like, and then they start speaking in unison, like, what did you just say to me? I said, I'm gonna show you witches or humans are better than humans or witches, and there's nothing you can say otherwise. And then they start looking at each other like and then they blush, and then they hold hands like how Tarzan did so, and then they're like, maybe not all witches are bad after all, or maybe not all humans are bad after all. And it's got a bit of a divisive reception. And And there are some that are like, they're jerks, but at least they're jerks in love. Somebody posted a Homer Simpson bleaching eye emoji, GF, and they're like, at least if they're in love with each other, at least they won't be too much of a problem. They'll be too focused on falling in love with each other to care about world domination or trying to make sure Amity and the others are in check, or trying to expose witches or something like that. They're too busy falling in love. You know the smiling critters from Poppy Playtime? Nope, I do not know about that. Okay, we're in the hour in. I'll keep drawing as much as I can until I feel like I can't do it anymore. Thank you, Viper. Recently, I drew Coco Bandicoot's hair having Ekans. How was your vacation trip? Oh, okay, so here's how the vacation trip goes. Normally, it is not customary, it's not ideal for me to venture to England during the winter time because, well, it's blistering cold. And it was a high chance for me to get even mildly sick. But the times we did go during the winter is usually because a special event were to occur. Back in February of 2023, my favorite singer, Weird Al Yankovic, was performing in England. It was the third time he was performing in England. First time was in 2010. Thank you. And the second time was in 2015. I've said this before, but I was originally supposed to go for the 2015 one, and then my mother's leg got broken, and then one of my relatives passed away, so we had to cancel our trip. I'm trying to remember, and when we finally got to see the Weird Al concert, it was like a dream come true. I never thought I was able to see my idol in person after all these years. I'm like, oh, it was such a dream come true. I still have the posters, I still have the videos I taped, and other things. Now for this year, we decided to go back. I decided to go to this year, we decided to go to England this year in January, not because of England, but mostly because we wanted to venture to Florida again. There was a keto press conference in Florida, and since my mom is on a keto diet and has been following as many different keto doctors as possible, I thought to myself, what if I take her to Florida so she can meet her idols, her keto doctor idols, while at the same time I also go back to the animal kingdom and retake all those photos I had lost back in 2012. Yes, back in 2012, I took so many Animal Kingdom photos because Animal Kingdom was like one of my, if not my most favorite of the Disney parks. But then I accidentally deleted all the photos that I took from there because it was the first time I heard of the word reformatting. I had no idea what I was doing. So now that I managed to take the pictures, so how was it like? The Animal Kingdom was really, really cold. In fact, Florida was like chilly. My hands were freezing. I thought Florida would be pretty warm at this time, but no, it was like really cold. But only a few days later did it suddenly get spring warm. And and it was while we were there, my mom was suffering for a bit, so we had to. So our stay couldn't be very long, and we didn't order any of the lightning seats. We had to do our trips the old-fashioned way. So we did the safari park the old-fashioned way. And I remember the back in 2012 the safari African safari section used to have a bit of an interactivity where after the tour we have to save this baby elephant from poachers. And nowadays they got rid of that. The poacher baby elephant statue, it's no longer there. I can still remember how it went, but that bit is gone. We couldn't be bothered to ride on any of the because of the light. We didn't have lightning pass. We couldn't really be bothered to go on the Avatar rides. We did go to the Avatar section, the Pandora section, but we just hung out in the lunchroom and just had to grab ourselves some coffee. There's the safari. We did the safari thing. We did the Asian walk. Now here's a funny thing. When we were in the Asian walk, we accidentally stumbled across a Malaysian bird. I had no idea that this bird actually existed in Malaysia, but it was magnificent. I took a picture of my dad with that bird. And I can show you the picture of what the bird is later. But it was quite fascinating that we got a tourist from my home world living in the animal kingdom, from my home country living in the animal kingdom. And another reason why I wanted to go to the animal kingdom was to try and see the dinosaur section and the Bugs Life, I'm trying to remember, the Bugs Life, it's tough being a bug play before it gets shut down. And I managed to do so. I managed to see the Bugs Life, It's Tough Being a Bug show before its closing time, which is in March. I remember being kind of scared of that one because it had the Black Widows descending. But I think for this one, the Black Widows did not descend. They were stuck in their. They were stuck up in the roof. So yeah, it was the. And of course the dinosaur section. I was a bit too late to see the Triceratops ride or the sauropod ride, as there was a bit of a barricade. There's a barricade being placed around it. I did see the statues of it though. I did manage to take pictures of the statues. There was the Boneyard place and the Cretaceous Trail and the dinosaur extinction ride with Aladar. I managed to see those again. I didn't go on it again, but I did remember saving one picture where me and my sister actually did go on the dinosaur ride. I actually saved that one, and and I just went inside the dinosaur gift shop and took pictures of the dinosaurs and just bought some dinosaur merch, and that's about it really. So yeah, that was my trip to the animal kingdom. And then we went to and after our trip to Orlando, we went to Miami, and my mom was at the Keto conference while we were exploring other places in Miami, like okay, what was that other guys again? Okay. So we were at the I'm trying to. So the places I went to in Miami was this manatee sanctuary, where these manatees have gathered around to stay warm because some areas it's like super cold. And then I came across thank you. And then we went on a mangrove swamp walk. I was hoping to see any alligators. Here's something else I forgot to mention. During my trip to Orlando, Florida, the first place I visited before the Animal Kingdom was the Gatorland. I've actually subscribed to the Gatorland YouTube channel where they doing the when they were known for one of their most viewed videos is feeding the crocodiles and gators the turkeys and chickens. When I finally went to the gator farm, it was very dull. The sun, as in the sun, there was no sun. So the crocodiles, they were like very chilled and relaxed. It was quite warm though. But and almost every exhibit had an alligator, but there are some other foreign residents too, like the saltwater crocodile and the Nile crocodile. Not to brag, but even though the gator farm may have the alligators, my country's crocodile farm still has the saltwater crocodile parts, and it still felt better to me. But I will say this though, it's quite magnificent to see Florida panthers. I never thought I'd see a Florida panther in real life. The only time I've heard of a Florida panther was in Zoo Tycoon 2, Endangered Species. Let me just look up the kissy face. Okay, let me try this again. There you go. Now back to okay, the tortoise, there was some tortoises there as well, but they were all in their closures, maybe because it was too cold. While in Florida, I was once again, I was a little skeptical whether or not I may encounter some black widow spiders. Thankfully, I did not encounter any, but I did encounter another type of spider, which I never thought I would see in real life. They're the ones with the spiny backs. The spiny back orb weavers. I was like, that's interesting. Never thought they're the type of spiders that look like they got prickly jewels. And after our trip to Gatorland, we decided to also while there, we also came across some vultures. At first I thought they were condors, but my aunt told me they were turkey vultures, turkey buzzards. And they were like waiting super patiently. I even got up close to one of them. It was kind of scary to seeing them. There was now, okay, so back to the Miami part. The place we stayed in was in Miami was a place called Sherwood Park. I was thinking to myself, was this inspired by Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood, with we're in Sherwood Forest. The place we stayed in was like a one-story. It was like a one-story mansion, actually. It looked really, really good. And, there was a nice pool. It had a table. It had a ping pong table. Okay, not a ping pong table, a disc table. That's what I meant, a disc table. and has in almost every room has a TV screen. Um, while in but of course we didn't use the pool because again it was a bit too cold. So maybe next time we visit, when we visit Florida, maybe in spring, maybe we can do a bit of swimming. I don't know. So then the other place I went to was a manatee sanctuary. Okay, I've said this before. The manatee sanctuary, warm place. There were a lot of baby manatees as well. They were like super cute, and they were. It's a shame that they're on a bit of a. I'm trying to remember, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, manatees. They're like so super cute. It wasn't the first time I've seen West Indies manatees. I've also seen them in a Singapore aquarium. I did so I could do a little mermaid prank video, saying to my folks that I've seen the live action Little Mermaid movie earlier than anybody else. Not a lot of people understood it, but whatever. Anyways, what was that? Okay, so I got the. So the places we went to eat are surprisingly not a lot of it is American, and we went to we went to we mostly went to a Rio or Brazilian restaurant, and where they do all the cutting the meats in front of you. That's what we mostly ate. But then we also ordered a bit of Turkish or Iranian. And I was hoping that if we were going to be in Florida, we might as well go out all American. But we decided to eat something international instead. I did have a few American stuff. I mean, I was in a place called the Longhorn Steakhouse, where they had where it was like an old American type of steaks. There were a lot of oldie folks there. And I actually had a really good time at that restaurant. It was like and the wings were actually pretty good. And I was like, if only my parents were there to see me to try it, because I went with my aunts on that part. And then I also went to a KFC restaurant. We were trying to see how authentic it was compared to Malaysia. I mean, to me, I think Malaysia has the best KFC compared to England. We have some. I was curious to also to wonder what the chicken nuggets of America in KFC would be like. So did I do it? No, I did not do this right. There we go, that's better. So I actually tried some chicken nuggets in America, and they were like, yeah, I think the chicken nuggets in Malaysia were better. In fact, I plan to visit KFC in Malaysia again to buy some chicken nuggets so I can compare the chicken nuggets, which ones I think are the best and which ones I think are. And that's all I have to say, really. On our way home, we decided to stop at an Australian restaurant in Outback called the Outback Steakhouse, which they said was Australian. I don't know. So yeah, and afterwards we came back to after our trip to Florida with all the keto stuff, the animal kingdoms, the crocodiles, and the manatees. We decided to. Oh wait. There's one more. During the mangrove walk, we then walked along the beach. I noticed a lot of blue pod beings. I was like, what were these pods? I've been to the Outback Steakhouse before. Lol. So we came across these little blue balloon thingies. I was like, what? Thinking to myself, wait a minute. Are these the Portuguese man o' war? These things that look like jellyfish? And it turns out they were not Portuguese man o' war, but they were indeed jellyfish. So we avoided touching those. And then we saw a couple of sandpipers on the beach. Kind of like that Sandpiper Pixar short, that one that was playing before Finding Dory. Afterwards we came back to England and just chilled for a bit, and then we got a bit sick. So what? Okay. We chilled for a bit, and then we went back home. Oh dear, I'm not sure if I can do this one. Oh, sorry, I can't do this one. This one I think is a bit too much. Can I ask for a replacement, please? Sorry, I can't do this one. I'm just waiting for a replacement. I got a super chat, but it's something I don't think I can do. All right. And when I came back from England, that's when I started to sleep a bit more because of my illness and stuff. And I was like still super tired and super jet lagged. That suddenly it kind of changed my clock a bit. So I decided that. So from at this moment, this is how I'm gonna be sleeping. And every 10 to 11 p.m. Malaysian time I sleep, and then I get up at about 6 or 7 or 8ish, and then I perhaps do a live stream around 10 or 11, and then just have it last for about 1 to 3 hours. This is only temporarily, I think, but maybe it might be permanent. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. If I accidentally sleep for 14 hours, then maybe that might bring back my old ways of going to bed. So, I tend to sleep late a lot because I wanted to finish off some projects, or because I have a lot of peace around the house, so I don't always have to. It's like the only time I'm at peace. And when my parents are around, that's when I don't have much of a peace. I have to do some chores, help them around the house, etc. So yeah, that was my vacation from England to Florida. Will I go on another vacation this year? Will I go back to England this year? Only time will tell. Well, for now, I'm just wanting to do some drawings, want to kick back and relax, and prepare for what's going to happen to me in May, as I may no longer stay in this position for much longer from where I reside. Anyways, let's see, Squirtle is one of my favorite Pokemon. Alright, so it's, let me see if anybody else has done any, All right, so yes, fish hooks. The show. A lot of people either are. I heard it's got a bit of a bad rap, uh, and some people say it looks really really weird. It looks too. It looks too childish. It looks too annoying and stuff. And you'd be surprised to know of all the folks that managed to be a part of this. Like, I know he's not the best person to be brought up, but it features voice overs of Justin Roiland, who would later be known for being the creator of Rick and Morty, the co-creator of Rick and Morty, and also a bit of a guy who may or may not be taking his job very seriously, and also kind of abused his power to a point where he is fired and he is never coming back, and Rick and Morty's voice actors have been replaced. Kind of like Skylar Page when he during his situation in Clarence, and and other folks involved include Maxwell Adams, the guy who created the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, C.H. Greenblatt, the voice of Fred Fredberger from Billy and Mandy, as well as the creator of Chowder. I'm trying to think who else was involved in Fishhooks. Oh yeah, Alex Hirsch, who would later be known for creating Gravity Falls. Kyle Carosa, he would later be known for creating Mighty Magisword, and also be a terrible person knowing the stuff he has on his computer. And to think, now the guy who made the guy who made oh wait, I'm trying to remember the guy who made Fish Hooks, he also made the 7D, which is has the reimaginings of the Seven Dwarfs. There was even the theme song samples a bit of Hi Ho. Oh. I only saw one episode, and it was one that guest appears Weird Al as the shapeshifter guy. Like, what gave me away? My tailed, tail? And there's also, trying to think. He also made Pickle and Peanut, which a lot of people say is Disney's attempt to be either Uncle Grandpa or I'm trying to remember. Breadwinners. That's it. I once asked folks, which is worse, having characters drawn with designs drawn completely from scratch, or while almost everybody else is photoshopped, or characters whose main characters are photoshopped while everybody else is drawn completely from scratch. No, really. Breadwinners, the main characters are completely drawn from scratch, but the background characters like Jenny Quackles, they're photoshopped. While Pickle and Peanut they're drawn from they're all photoshopped, but most of the characters, like this weirdo horse guy, they're all drawn from scratch. I'm only aware of one episode, and it's the one where Pickle has a pimple in his butt. Okay, yeah, I think that's about it with the. I'm just about. Let's see if I can go for one more half hour, and then we're done. All right. So all right. So let's see. Oh dear, another glitch. Excuse me for a minute. Yeah, this thing's glitched up again, but here we go. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Oh, I got a better idea for Cyndaquil. Wait, Hey, I can hear echo voices now. Oh, sorry about that, fellas. Let me just mute again. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize that. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm afraid to revisit my my live stream. I'm worried if the thing is happening again because oh dear. There, the Cyndaquil is lighting up the lantern. There. Alright, see, for the replacement, meow. Let's see here. Okay, that's a different one. So, there goes the lantern. Now I'm gonna try and remember who was supposed to be the lantern itself, and which ones are supposed to be are actually doing something with the lanterns. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting just characters being the lanterns. I didn't expect some of my requests having characters doing something with the lanterns, like either eating them, lighting them up. Maybe I should have done that instead. Never mind. Forgot a little something. Alright, so, anything else? Apparently I got a lot that's, big, or it's ticking up a lot, but, still got about 25 minutes. Anything else? Alright. Now, which boo are you talking about? Is it the, Boo, is it King Boo from, Super Mario Brothers? Is it Boo from Monsters Inc? Is it Boo from, which Boo are you talking about? King Boo. Actually, what am I doing? I think I might have missed. Hey, I'm trying to remember how I drew the character, because it's been so long since I've done so. El Tigre. Oops. Yeah. So let's just trail. Any other questions while I'm drawing? All right, that's Trailblazer. Okay, let's see. Who else? Here's a question and a request. Can you draw? Okay. King. Here you go, fellas. King Boo. Boo. Blue as a lantern. This kind of almost reminds me of the episode where Blue and Matt got sick from enjoying themselves in the rain. And then suddenly they were watching a film about some silly old house of some silly old curse of some silly old ghost of some silly old house on some silly old hill, and then it says the curse of the cannibal ghost on a haunted house on Horror Hill. Good call. And then this gardener housekeeper is like, beware of the moaning, the terrible moaning. And then you'll see a trail of ectoplasma through the terrible trail of ectoplasma goo. And then you hear the rattling, the terrible rattling. And then suddenly there's a bit of a power outage. And then the gardener says, it's a cannibal ghost. And then it shows a ghost on the TV stream that looks very familiar. And then the house, and then there's a blackout, and then Eduardo and Will start to act like what they saw on the show. Like the moaning, the terrible moaning, the trail of true goo, the terrible trail of goo, the rattling, the terrible rattling. Okay, so El Tigre is a little hard to pinpoint since there's a bit of a transparency error. Yeah, the director of the Book of Life. Admittedly, I never really saw El Tigre as a kid. It may have been one of those shows that went past my radar. Cat Scratch, I didn't see as a kid, but I did see a commercial about it. And there was a but El Tigre again escaped my radar. When the first time I actually experienced anything Tigre related was in the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 game, where you get to play as him and you get to fight one of the El Tigre villains. And it's directed by the same guy who made the Book of Life. And that's the one I actually did remember seeing. There's also and the other show I remember seeing that does have a bit of a luchador-ish. El Tigre has the masked wrestler vibe. It's reminding me a bit of Mucha Lucha, which also has the El Lucha Libre-ish vibe. Why did you also include, even though you never caught your radar? Because I actually did manage to see Cat Scratch years later. I actually did manage to catch every single episode of Cat Scratch when I didn't see it as a kid, but as I became older and I rediscovered it, and I rediscovered it, I'd like, okay, I feel like I was like, yes, I managed to see, I went on my way to try and find as many Cat Scratch episodes as possible, and it was during my Ed, Edd and Eddy crossover reenactments, and I thought Cat Scratch would be a good candidate for for the good old Ed, the one where they find some memories and they're like. In fact, the first thing that did pop into my mind when I did see a Cat Scratch is that is Ed, Edd and Eddy if the characters were cats, and but how would Ed, Edd and Eddy's lives be like if they were indeed rich? Mr. Blick is like Eddie, Gordon is like Double D, and Waffle is like Waffle is like Ed. You could argue Human Kimberly is like Nez. But even they also got some three bully character counterparts as well, just like the Canker sisters. And there was another love. I think there was another love interest for Mr. Blick as well. I can't remember. Okay, no, so. Okay, I think I've done El Tigre, and I think I'll squeeze in 15 more minutes. Too bad the creator of Cat Scratch is controversial. I also heard he also did Earthworm Jim. I am aware of the controversies, and I can see why Cat Scratch also never got a revival. With this attitude, I don't think he's ever going to make a good comeback. Okay, that's a new one. Wait, did I skip any? Did I skip any? Okay, no, I did not. Okay, that's it. That's it. First, I'm drawing him this side, and then I'm gonna turn him upside down. Hey, that's roll over. Yeah, that's not nice. These to roll over traditions. It's just not nice. Unless some traditions can be considered harmful, like to the environment. There we go. To pig. Who's a good to pig? Okay, who's okay. Okay, let me look up. Scenery. Yeah, boom. No, that's funny. Let me do. Hope you don't mind, but I'm thinking about doing a bit of an over the top reaction for this one. Let me just look up a little something first. Oh wait. Moin. Have you seen the Mighty Bee or the Mighty Mouse? I have not seen either. I have seen clips of both. Oh, I got another one. Thank you. Um. Sorry, I know this. It doesn't really have this, but I thought about giving a bit of a wacky scenario because the character is freaking out. And I will say, oh, I got a message on Discord. Be right back. Okay. And finally, let me just okay, anything, by the way, fellas, speaking of, so another thing that I have to say is this, though. When I was in, when I just got back home from, England, it was, I was, not only was I still feeling a bit jet-lagged, it was, also difficult for me to get into the hang of drawing. I was trying to do some animations, but, I was just not feeling great. I was still feeling a bit weak and sluggish from the illness. and I was like, I really need something to get back into. Okay, I don't think I'm drawing this right. Sorry, no, I'm not. So I'm not doing this right. Um. So when I tried to do animations, I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling the spirit of it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a secret stash of drawings, which I will reveal to you on a later date. Heat. Let's just say they're very odd to look at, but it's just something to channel my creativity. I actually have been planning these bits of drawings since last year. Here, I actually did a few of these at one point, but I stopped for a bit because I needed to work on other projects. But now that since I really need to get back to the spirit of drawing again, I thought about bringing it back. Yeah, again, you'll see in either a few days or more, maybe within a week. Within the week. I think this oh yeah, and after the yeah, I think after the yeah, after the final super chat, I think that's when I'm gonna take a break because I'm feeling a little bit exhausted. I am a fan of Sally Bollywood, and she can be friends. Okay, is it a total drama character? Close. The character is inspired by something out of total drama, but it's not. Okay, so the super chat is off screen. Okay, I gotcha. So I can do that later. Okay. Yeah, sorry, it's just that my mum is finally up. I still debate whether or not she should deserve all the things she had, or maybe there's still a bit of her that can still be redeemed. I don't know. I don't know. But again, I still think Yule is worse. I still think Yule is worse. Not only is he's race. Not only he's racist. He's sexist. He's a bit of a body shamer. What's not to hate about him? Sorry, I think I messed up on the clothing part. Let me just fix that. Yeah, I think that'll do fine. Maybe not. I don't. Maybe I'm not doing right. Again, I made her mouth too big. Sorry, I have to do the mouth again. Sorry. That's better. That's better. Again, you're probably wondering if one day I'll do a total drama live stream. Probably, but I don't think I should do a Dispenser Camp one because since Dispenser Camp is an internet show, they might actually the folks who made Dispenser Camp, they might gun me down. They might gun me down and ask me to take down the live stream and stuff. It's a similar situation with the Ed's World. I heard recently they've been trying to take down any fan arts or animations that involve profitability. When I did my Ed's World live stream, I made sure not to include any. Monetization of any kind, just in case the Edgeworld people will come in and find me. And I managed to dodge a bullet. Alright, so yeah, I think okay, the request is off screen, so let me just adjust this a bit. There we go, fellas. We have we've got our that's our light up phantom stuff. It's gonna take me a while to remember who's a lantern, who isn't a lantern, and who's holding a lantern, who's doing something with the lantern, etc. But thank you for participating in this live stream. Alright, so let's ask any additional questions if okay. It's okay if you didn't get all the requests, so you could have done the Green Lantern, probably. You have a DreamWorks one next? Take care, everyone, especially you, BR. Okay, take care. Do you think you can like SpongeBob more than the Loud House since it has a better fan base for creator than the Loud House? Again, I'm not sure who is a better fan base because there are still so many pre-movie purists, pre-movie purists out there. They just want people to. They just want to say the first movie is the best. The rest is just trash. If the pre-movie SpongeBob era is the best, the rest is just trash, and it always annoyed me having to hear this from super pre-movie SpongeBob fans. It just. I don't know which one is a better fan base. I mean, the Loud House fan base, I can see the issues with, like the strange shippings or saying some characters need more screen time or the other, or being obsessed with this, or sometimes giving the Loud sisters in areas that they probably shouldn't be at their current age. Just saying. But again, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure which is a better fan base, SpongeBob or the Loud House. Both have their toxicities here and there. And don't forget how people forget that many of the Loud House fans are, yes, of course. Last month I did a month-long event of Instagram called Loudcast Month. Okay, fellas, I think that's the end of the questions. So you're probably wondering what's next on my next live stream. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to think about it deeply because my scheduling's is still a bit stuff, but maybe I'll probably go with this type of scheduling from now on. For now, I think I'm just gonna go for a quick bit of a nap, stuff and take a rest for a bit. Huh. Why is Rhino Ranger's live stream still on? Oh, I can see the audience is still there. Hi, g'day mates. Cool Croc here, Rhino Ranger's buddy. Remember me? You know, the crocodile whose cold's blue, has the ability to shapeshift any weapon into a nice weapon? Any bit of water into a nice weapon? Remember me? So here's a little... So, since the live stream is still on, I'm here to share you a little bit of a secret. Rhino Ranger has managed to make nearly 100 live streams. The two-parters like the Haunted Island live stream, they count as one. And I know it's a bit early for me to do this, but I'm thinking of throwing a very special celebration for him. But the best way to plan it is to meet me on the next live stream on March 19th. I'll explain what's happening during that time. But in exactly 1 month after that, Rhino Ranger is gonna be very surprised. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all in the next live stream. Hope you've enjoyed this video.